Salutations, everyone. This is Razor here to give you guys another movie review. Where today I'm going to be going over Iron Man 3. Saw it last night, comes out tomorrow, although I do believe some theaters are doing like a late night show tonight. So that is that. Also, some weird like contractual issues with like certain big chain theaters. But Iron Man 3, the first blockbuster of the summer, highly anticipated, especially since it's a very unique film in a couple different senses. First of all, it's not only is it a sequel to Iron Man 1 and 2, but it's also kind of like a pseudo sequel to the Avengers. It's gonna get huge in the box office. Especially for how big the Avengers got, people enjoyed that. They're probably going to want to see this, and for the most part, I don't think they will be disappointed. But like I said, that's only for the most part. And another unique thing about this movie is a certain decision that they made in the creation of this film when it came to the story. Now, I know there was a lot of speculation when we saw like pictures of certain characters and actors that are attached to the film, and it was very interesting and highly anticipated. Most people don't like Iron Man 2 very much. They say that Iron Man 1 was a lot better than Iron Man 2 kind of blew. And I think that Iron Man 3 was better than the second one. But then again, I'm one of those people who didn't like despise Iron Man 2. So take with that what you will. Um, Overall, I enjoyed the film, but there were some things that I disagreed with when it came to the choices of this film. I still believe that Iron Man 1 is the best of the three, but a lot of people are going to be coming away really enjoying Iron Man 3, especially the general audience. The general audience who knows nothing about superheroes or especially Iron Man. They're going to love this film. If they the main majority of the Avengers audience, which as we know is a very very large audience because it's like the third highest grossing movie of all time, most of those people are going to be completely satisfied. But the super duper hardcore Iron Man fans are going to be super pissed off. Super pissed off. I'm not going to give you guys any spoilers, even though I'm really tempted to on this one. I'm really tempted to because there's a lot to talk about here. So if you're a ultra hardcore Iron Man fan and you've been speculating about what's or what is not going to happen in this movie, there is one. Well, actually, there's two decisions, but there's one in particular decision that is going to piss off the hardcore Iron Man audience. If you are a fan of the comics, if you know the storylines like the Extremis storyline or Extremis, I think they pronounce it. I never knew how it was supposed to be pronounced, but apparently it's Extremis. Um, the Extremis storyline, as well as like iconic Iron Man villains and other characters in the Iron Man line. If you're a big fan of all that stuff, you are going to be disappointed. Your expectations are going to be placed not where they should be, and you're going to get pissed off. The ultra hardcore fans are going to be pissed off at this movie, and they might hate it. They might hate it. But the general audience is going to be none the wiser about what happened and whether what is true or not true to the comic book, and they're going to enjoy it or like really enjoy it. They're like, oh, that was a neat decision that they made. But the hardcore comic fans are going to be pretty pissed off. Not as much as I think they will be. I think they're going to be unjustifiably too pissed off, and they should. I can understand the disappointment that some hardcore fans are going to be feeling. But I feel like they're going to be taking it a little too far. You know how those fans kind of are, but this one in particular, they're going to be mad about one certain decision that is made in this film, and it's going to be plainly obvious what that decision is when you watch this movie. Whether you know the storyline or not, you're probably going to be able to figure out what it is that I am talking about. Um, So once that decision is made, it's going to lose a lot of people. But I think that people are going to be hating on it a little too much. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. The movie was very enjoyable, and it was really awesome up to a certain point where it is going to lose a lot of people, where a lot of people are going to get angry. A lot of people are going to like the decision, but those aren't going to be your hardcore fans, which uh, the movie people count on watching the movie regardless. It's these other people that they're going to want to try to grab by throwing other stuff out there. It is definitely the most humorous of the Iron Man movies. It's by far the funniest, which is by no means a bad thing. It's not like they super camped it up. It's just that they made more frequent funny lines, and they were much more humorous, um, on average. So that I thought was really enjoyable. It had me laughing hard a couple times, which was good. I don't think that that will detract from the movie. A little bit of comedic relief. It does seem to have a darker tone to the film. This is the first Iron Man not directed by Jon Favreau, although he does star in the film. So if you were worried about that, no need to. Happy does return. And as far as the tone goes, it's like, oh, is this more of like a gritty Iron Man story? Not really. Not as much as people expected it to be, based off of the trailer. Definitely, it following up Avengers. It definitely changes the way that uh, Tony is going to behave. Obviously, just based off the trailers, you can see that the alien attack on New York has some lasting effects, and that is both appreciated and understandable when it comes to the storyline. Acting job was pretty good. I mean, freaking Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. That's like, as Stan Lee said, he is that Iron Man. He is that guy. So that's good. Gwyneth Paltrow's Pepper Potts. John Favreau's Happy. Don Cheadle as Rhodes, and then the bad guy characters as the bad guy characters were done well. Both Ben Kingsley and Guy Pearce did good jobs. But the decision that was made in question, which I don't think I can spoil by just vaguely talking about it, is definitely going to lose a lot of people, and I don't agree with that decision. It didn't ruin the movie per se, but it was a choice I wish they had not made, as well as the secondary decision that they made that some people are going to gripe about, but it's not as much as another one in particular. So it wasn't great. It doesn't deserve the uber praise and amazing reviews it's been getting. But it was a good, enjoyable film and a decent start to the summer, but definitely not going to be the best, especially with Star Trek Into Darkness coming out here in a couple weeks. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Comments always appreciated, and I will see you next time. Also, there is a scene at the very end of the credits that's funny, and I suggest staying for. So, just a heads up, but I'm sure you guys knew that because it's a Marvel movie. So, deuces, bacon.